아니야, 여기서 재시작하게 돼 있어. 얘 또 재시작한다.
How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
저기 빨리 뭐라도 일어났으면 좋겠다.
So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way.
그래, 이 이야기를 지금 두 번째 보고 있거든.
Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're
편집하고 싶을 정도야. 사람들은 항상 인생은 여정에 관한 것이지 결말에 관한 것은 아니라고들 하잖아요. 그러니까 우리가 처한 상황도 그러게 빌어요. 우린 나라낼 거예요. 그렇죠? 하지만 리부팅이 되었습니다. 실패. 아까 여기서 다시 내가 돌아가 버렸지. 아니면 거기가 끝이었나? 원래 끝인가? 이게 다시 원래대로 돌아가는 건가? 처음인 것 같기도 해. 아, 달라지는 게 없구나. 다시 오른쪽으로 가면 그건가?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he
다시
wanted to
오른쪽으로
stop by the
가면
employee lounge first.
아까
just
그 루트
to
다시
admire it.
진행인가?
Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in
두근두근
his stomach,
도키도키.
but eager to get back to business. Stanley took
왼쪽에는
the
첫 번째
first
문으로
open door
갔습니다.
on his left.
한번 가보자.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
위 아래로 내려가면 또 그거 볼 텐데. 얘 기억하고 있을라나?
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even
아니면은
further off track. So now, in order to get back, he needed to go from here. It's
아, 다시 재시작인 것 같아.
Oh no.
아까 그 엔딩에서 뭘 했었어야.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly. Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute?
얘 아닌 것 같아. 게임 다시 시작. 컨퓨전 엔딩 이상을 못 보겠네. 나레이션 안 나와. 나레이션이 안 나오는데? 이건가?
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work.
뭐야?
Can you verify that this is correct? Excellent. Your order will arrive shortly. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
보이스피싱 당했다. 통장에 돈이 나갔습니다. 안돼. 통장에서 돈이 빠져나갔습니다. 스탠리 씨의 명의로. 안돼. 나레이션이 안 나와. 해고당했나봐. 나레이션 해고당했나봐. 룰루룰루. 나레이션 해고. 좋았어. 버그인가 아니면?
When Stanley came to a set of two open
아,
doors,
다시
he
나오네.
entered the door on his left.
오른쪽으로 또 가면
This was not the
그거겠지.
correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
계속 반복이네.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
저기 가지 말고 여기로 또 가면
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
다시 여기로 가보자 이번엔.
Yet there was not a single person
뭐야
here
이게? 회의실?
either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley
2층에
decided
사장실?
to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
아까 거기 컨퓨전 엔딩이 끝인가봐. 그 이상 갈 수가 없네. 뭐야? 블룸 클로젯?
Stanley stepped into the broom
청소도구와
closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
아무것도 없어? 보자. 뭐 있을 수 있잖아. 없어?
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow.
아니야!
Just an empty broom.
분명 뭔가 있을 거야!
No reason to still be here.
라인이가 남겨줬을 거야! 라인이가 뭘 남겨줬을 거야. 이거 라인이의 색깔과 똑같아.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom.
그야말로 아무것도 하고
He
있지
wasn't even
않습니다.
doing anything.
나레이션이
At
모든
least
걸
if
다
there was something to
설명해주네.
interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there.
알았어,
doing sweet
움직일게.
play.
움직이면 되잖아. 에이씨.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley
내려갈
walked
건데?
upstairs to his boss's office.
르르르르. 이 이상 못 가네.
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
할
He
수
considered the
없었습니다.
possibility of facing his boss, admitting he
얘가
had
계속
left
스토리를
his post
만들어주네.
during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why
여긴
had
또
he
어디야?
taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy.
야 이거
And then something
무한
occurred
반복인데?
to Stanley. Maybe he thought to himself,
난
maybe
미쳤어.
I am crazy. All of my coworkers blinking
무한
mysteriously
반복이다.
out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he
다른
began
것들도
to make
이상하게
other strange
보였습니다.
observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked
왜 발이
down?
보이지 않을까?
Why
왜
did
지나친
doors
문은
close
자동으로 닫히는
automatically
걸까?
behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
반복되는
Were they simply
걸까?
repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too
현실이
strange. This
없어.
can't be real.
이건
And at
게임이야.
last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming! He
아
yelled.
개꿈이라고?
This is all a dream.
꿈 엔딩이야?
What a relief Stanley felt to have finally found
아닌
an
것
answer,
같은데?
an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone.
야
He
게임이
wasn't
너무
going to lose his
미스터리였어.
job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go
현재
back to
상황을
my
조금이라도
boring
즐기는 게
real-life
나아.
job pushing buttons. I may as well
버튼
enjoy
누르는
this
것보다
while I'm
이게
still lucid.
거기서 거기다?
So he imagined himself flying and began to gently float.
뭐야 점점 날아올라!
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared.
약인가?
It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid?
아유 깜짝이야 씨.
And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's
뭐라고
head.
자문을
One
할까?
he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything
나레이션?
I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it
난 지금
particularly
목소리가 내
strange.
생각을 묘사하고 있는 곳에 내 생각하고 있는 나에 대해 묘사를 하고 있는 목소리에 대한 꿈을 꾸고 있어.
Thinking about how it's describing
그래!
his thoughts.
그런 거야.
And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that of course
이 꿈이
this
아니라고?
was not a dream.
얘 이거 야
Was Stanley
혼란
simply
엔딩보다 훨씬 더 혼란한데?
believing that if he's asleep he doesn't have to take
스탠리가
responsibility?
스스로 속이는 것이었을까요?
Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all,
이게 꿈이란 사실을
beyond
알았죠.
a doubt that this was
나레이션이
in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would
그가
prove
스스로를
that he
통제할
was
수 있고
in
이건
control,
꿈이었다는 거를요.
that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited
안
himself
돼!
to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin.
담요, 매트리스, 그리고 아름다운
The fresh
아내?
air of a world outside this one.
는 없네?
Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish
끝내길
it were
원한다고
over.
제발
Let me
버튼을
go
누르게
back to
해줘!
my job.
다시
Continue
기계
pushing
인간이 되고 싶다고!
Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my
아내,
wife,
내일
and my job.
발전이
All I
없구만.
want is my life
그래도
exactly
다
the
이뤘긴
way
했네.
it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
나레이션이 스탠리가 됐지.
I am okay.
하지만 현실이었다.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I
아씨
have an
뭐야?
office. I am
게임
real.
엄청 무서워졌어.
Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
게임 드럽게 무서워졌네.
And everything went
그리고
black.
사방이 까매졌어요. 이런.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
마리엘라란 여성에 관한 이야기입니다.
Mariella woke up on a day
마리엘라는
like
여느
another.
날처럼
She
일어났어요.
rose,
뭐야?
got dressed, gathered her belongings,
스탠리 어디 갔어?
and walked to her place
어?
of work. But on this particular day, her
특별한 날,
walk was interrupted
도보에서
by the
죽은
body
한
of a
남자의
man
몸.
who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for
뭐
just a
미친놈이었어,
few
스탠리?
brief moments, she considered
이것도
the
이상한데?
strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew.
아까 혼란 엔딩에서
Everyone
본
knows
바로는
what crazy
이것도
people look
이상한 거
like.
아니야?
And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be
하지만
born.
그녀가
I am sane. I am in
하지만
control
내
of
귀에서
my
들리는 목소리는 대체
I
뭐지?
know
하고
what
그녀가
is
딱
real
얘기하는 거지.
and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better.
같은 회사 사람인가 봐.
Then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career.
그녀 얼굴이라도 좀 보여주면 안 될까?
She had no time for this. So it was
아주 잠깐이었습니다. 이거 아주 잠깐이 아닌데?
staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
돌아서서 달렸습니다. 끝이야? 로딩? 뭐야? 또 여기야?
All of his co-workers were gone.
어?
What could it
달라졌어.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he
이번엔
had
다
sent in his
막혔는데?
memo.
야, 이 게임 뭐야 진짜? 와, 다 막혔어. 이 게임 미치겠다 진짜. 이번에 완벽하게 다른데?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
이거? 엔딩을 하나씩 볼 때마다 뭔가 달라지는 것 같긴 해. 이번에 왼쪽으로 가보자. 뭐야? 아, 여기네. 회의실로 다시
Yet there was not
돌아오네.
a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided
엔딩
to go
본 거
up to his
같은데?
boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
이게 뭔가 달라지게 해줄까? 아까 그 엔딩도 하나의 엔딩인 것 같긴 하고.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked
아래로 내려가면
upstairs
분명
to
아까
his
그 엔딩이
boss's office.
나오겠지. 위로 가면 어떻게 될까? 여기 사장실이야? 어디야 여긴? 베스룸? 화장실이구나. 사장실이 아니라. 여기가 사장실. 어? 인폰 리시브드. 저거 또 떴네? 사장님!
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again
아, 매니저?
stunned to discover
매니저가
an
없어.
indication of
어떻게 된 거지?
human life.
내 사상을 관리해주던 매니저가 없어.
Stanley
어떡해.
wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being
8살님을 차리겠는걸 이러다?
What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible
책상
truth
뒤편에
that his
번호판?
boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret
2845.
pin number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known
난
this.
아는데? 그래서 이거 가지고 어떻게 하라고? 2845를 가지고 나보고 어쩌라는 거야? 2845 2845
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs.
아니 얘
Trying to input
2845를
anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know the
2845
combination was 2845.
아니 장치가 어딨는데? 아 요거 아 여기 있네? 2
2845.
8 4 5
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad,
아니 나레이션을
Stanley
듣고
happened to
있으니까
input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly
새로
opened
열린 길.
passageway.
어디? 아 여기 열렸네? 엔딩을 다 하나씩 봐야겠다. 다 보면 뭔가 일어나지 않을까? 여기는 뭐야? 아무것도 없어? 아무것도 없네? 아! 아래로 내려갈 수 있다! 이 컨퓨전 엔딩이랑 혼란 엔딩이랑 이거 비슷하게 가는데? 뭔가 삘이 와. 앞에서 내가 쌓아뒀던 게 뒤에서 폭발하는 듯한 느낌이야. 뭔 소리야 그게? 그냥 그렇다고.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
기묘하다.
It was a stirring of emotion in his
하지만 그
chest,
기묘함이
as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the
그 기묘함에 지리겠어.
Did he feel this now?
동경하겠어.
When for years, it had never occurred to him. This question would not go unanswered for long.
여긴 또 어디요? 무엇이요?
Stanley walked straight ahead
뭐단가?
through the large door.
정신 지배기관?
Control facility.
마인드 컨트롤 갖고 싶다. 뭔 소리야? 어?
The lights rose on an
어떤?
enormous
아 여기 거기다.
with television screens.
내가 그토록 보고 싶어 했던
What
그곳.
horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to
이
find
게임의
out?
진엔딩일 것 같은 그런 느낌. 감시 카메라.
Now the monitors jumped to life.
뿅.
Their true nature revealed.
봐봐.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building. Stanley's
다 뭐야?
coworkers.
어디야?
The lives of so many
회사 내에
individuals
있는 모든 거네?
reduced to images on a screen.
수많은 개인들의 삶이 화면 안에 작은 그림으로 축소돼 있었고 그들 중 하나로서 자유의 의미가 없는 이 장소에서 영원히 감시되었던 것이죠. 매트릭스야? 무슨? 트루먼 쇼 같은 거야.
This
이 나레이션도 그리고
facility, it was too horrible to believe.
여기 구성 요소 좀 하나죠. 얘도 이제 약간 지배를 받는 인물입니다.
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
이 나레이션은 자기가 막 다 아는 것처럼 얘기하지만 얘도 똑같은 처지예요.
그렇게
다를 건 없어요.
Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible?
게임이니까.
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
여긴 또 어디야?
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation.
새 중심부,
Controls
행복,
labeled with
슬픔,
emotions.
만족.
Or sad,
어이 그거다.
or content.
그거 아니야? 그
Walking, eating, working,
얼마 전에
ordered and commanded from this
몇 달 전인가 그 영화 개봉한 거 있잖아. 애들이 그 감정들이 막 인간 안쪽에서 감정 막 조종하고 감정 막 움직이게 하고 그거 있었어. 막 분노, 막 슬픔이, 기쁨이 해체하자. 느낌이 꼭 무슨 뭐 어디 아울라스나 그런 거 같은 느낌이야. 파워를 조져버려야겠네요. 뭐야 이건? 오프라인. 눌러도 소용이 없네? 5 3 4 5 뭐요? 여긴가봐. 아 이게 아까부터 그 컴퓨터에 나왔던 그 문자의 의미구나. 마인드 컨트롤스 아이들 이거
And when at last
인프.
he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
꺼. 근데 이러는데 갑자기 이 이야기는 스탠리란 남자의 이야기입니다 하면서 뭐야? 아직 안 끝났어.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
설마
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from
자유가 아닐 것
someone else's
같은데.
command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened,
무슨
Stanley
퍼즐들?
reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers
동료들은 어디로 갔을까?
How had he been freed from the machine's grasp?
야, 이것도 그냥 조종된 이야기 같은데?
This strange building hold. But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to
아니야.
him. For it was not knowledge
야, 딱 봐도 꿈 같잖아.
he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand.
이해하는 것이 아니야 흘려보내는 것. 아니야, 나
No longer
이해하고
would anyone
싶었는데.
tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel.
진짜 엔딩이야?
Whatever
아닌
life
것 같아.
is, it will be his.
아, 아니잖아. 이런 데가 어딨어?
To know. It was
뭐
perhaps
스카이림이야?
the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
안 걸어가면 어떻게 되는 거야? 갑자기 판타지 세계관이 됐네?
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin.
자유로운 감초, 거대한 가능성의 길이 그 앞에 놓여져 있었습니다.
Possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way. Right now,
지금 이
the things were
순간
meant to happen. And Stanley
마법을 쏠 것
was
같아.
happy.
나는 행복했다. Beat the game. 게임을 이기다. 도전까지 다 했어. 그리고 처음으로
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was
이번엔 또 달라졌어 또.
before he found the others, wherever they
나레이션 말이 또 다 달랐어.
just a matter of time.
야, 이 게임 미쳤네. 이 게임 끌 수가 없네. 난 이 게임 끄고 싶은데 끄지를 못하게 만드네. 이번에는 다른 직원들이 어딨는지 훤히 꿰고 있었다라고 나와 나레이션이.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
자, 왼쪽 문. 아닌가? 끝인가?
Yet there was not a single person
이곳
here
역시 아무도
either.
없었습니다.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley
2층에
decided to go
화장실이야,
up to his
화장실.
boss's office.
화장실이래.
Hoping he might find an out. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
게임을 이겼으면 끝난 건가? 화장실! 화장실. 사장실이 아니라 화장실로 갔네? 거울에 내 모습이 비치질 않아. 뭐지? 부질없네. 이벤트였나봐 그냥. 아무것도 없어. 이 뒤로 갈 순 없나? 갈 수 있어. 미친 게임. 올라가 보자. 한번 끝까지 가보자. 둠칫 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 둠칫. 아유 신나. 야, 이 게임 진짜 빠져든다. 뭐야, 언제 도착해? 이게 아닌가? 뭐야? 위로 올라가면은 다시 이 노래야? 뭐야? 아래로 내려가면 도착. 이거 아래로 내려가봐. 또 노래야. 노래가 끝날 때까지 기다려야 되나? 그냥 부들부들 떨기만 하는데? 파일은 뭐지? 알고 보니 유튜브 저작권 테러 아니야? 뭔가 이상한데? 다시 노래나 들어보자. 위로 올라가기. 이동안 내가 대체 무슨 말을 해야 되는 거야? 어디까지 올라가? 올라가기는 하는 거야? 이거 뭐? 그냥 노래방인가봐. 아, 돈 많으신 사장님들은 뮤직 주크박스를 저렇게 만들어 놓는구나. 주크박스였네.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again
아까랑 똑같은 것
stunned to
같다.
discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to know.
엘리베이터가
He
주크박스네.
began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation.
안
But
봤는데?
his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk.
이거 비번 또 나올 거
What could
아니야.
its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible
2845.
secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret pin number. 28. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as
나레이터가
possible.
대사를 할 단 1분조차도 허용하지 않았습니다. 녀석 알고 있네.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy. So he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
아이 뭐 이 땅에 다 있어. 야, 나 이거 듣고 싶지 않아. 이거 다 유튜브 저작권 테러 아니야?
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
뭐야 여기? 아까가 여긴가봐. 아까 그루트 같아. 그루트네. 그루트가 마블의 그루트가 아니라 나무 괴물 그루트가 아니라 그 루트. 여기서 또 만약에 아까 봤던 루트면은 이제 게임 그만하고 스탠리 패러블은 여기까지 해야겠네요. 똑같은 거 같아.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large
정신지배기가
door with red mind
escape
control
있네.
facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was
진실은 여기
that at
끝에서
the end
잔인한
of this
죽음을 맞이할
hall,
거래.
Stanley would meet his violent death.
개소리하지 마. 니 말 안 믿어 임마.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had
개소리하지
every
말고.
opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
개소리하지 마. 어디서 겁주고
At
앉았어.
this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
죽음으로. 진짜 죽는 건가? 뭐야?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer
뭐야?
and closer to his demise, he reflected that
이렇게
his life had
죽인다고?
been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture.
평생
He
울음.
doesn't
저기
story.
깔려 죽는다는 거구나.
Together in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs
미친,
from
진짜
the
죽네?
good man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this
Bye.
violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
연병. 안 돼! 수구리.